The House That Truth Built, a story of wisdom and consequence. Have you ever felt like someone you loved was only waiting for you to disappear so they could take what you have? My name is Rufus. On my 70th birthday, I sat at my dining table, looking at a small cake. My son, Brandon, and his wife, Danielle, sat across from me. I expected a happy birthday. Instead, Brandon leaned forward and said, "Dad, you're 70 now. It's time to be realistic. You need to sign the house and a car over to me. Everything should be mine now." I didn't get angry. I didn't shout. I just looked at the house I had built with my own 2 hands in 1989. Every nail, every beam, every brick. "Are you sure that's what you want, Brandon?" I asked quietly. "It's only fair, Rufus," Danielle added with a sharp smile. "You're old. You don't need all this space. We'll even let you stay in the guest room." I smiled back, a small, secret smile. "All right," I said. "If that's what you want, I'll transfer everything to you by April Fool's Day." They thought they had won. They thought they were taking my kingdom. But they forgot one thing: I am a builder. And a builder knows that if the foundation is rotten, the whole house will eventually fall. For the next 2 weeks, the atmosphere in the house changed. Brandon started walking around like a king. He stopped saying good morning. He started saying move your truck. Spoken English learning tip. Notice how we use used to for past habits. Brandon used to be a kind boy. He used to help me in my workshop. But Brandon had changed 4 years ago when he met Danielle. She liked expensive things, but she didn't like working for them. They had lived in my house rent-free for 2 years, claiming they were getting on their feet. In reality, they were just waiting for my 70th birthday. I spent those 2 weeks in my workshop, the garage I converted 30 years ago. I was restoring an old oak dresser. "Rufus, have you called the lawyer yet?" Danielle asked, standing in the doorway with a coffee cup. She didn't knock. "The papers will be ready on April 1st, I replied, focusing on my sandpaper. "Good," she said. "Because we want to turn this workshop into a home gym. All this old wood and dust, it's just junk." Key expression. To get on one's feet means to become financially independent. I felt a sting in my chest. This junk was my life's work. But I kept sanding. Smooth and steady. Just like my plan. April 1st arrived. We went to the office of my attorney, Gerald. Gerald looked at me with concern. "Rufus, are you sure about this? This is a quitclaim deed. It transfers everything as is." "I'm sure, Gerald," I said. Brandon signed the papers with a flourish. He looked at me and said, "Thanks, old man. You made the right choice." I handed him the keys. "The house and the car are yours now, Brandon. Every single part of them." As we walked out, I watched them drive away in the Lexus, the car I had been driving for 2 years. They didn't even offer me a ride. I drove my old, beat-up Ford truck back to the house. When I got home, the changes were instant. "Rufus, we moved your family photos to your bedroom," Danielle said. "They didn't match our aesthetic dot." They replaced a photo of my late wife with a modern painting of a blue square. "It's our house now," Brandon reminded me when I reached for the orange juice in the fridge. "Buy your own groceries." I stayed in my workshop. I was waiting for a specific phone call. I knew it was coming. Spoken English learning tip, as is a common legal and business term. It means you accept something in its current condition, including all its problems. 3 days later, the mail arrived. I saw a thick envelope from the bank. I watched through the workshop window as Brandon opened it. His face went from pale to ghostly white. He didn't just walk to the workshop, he ran. "What is this?" he screamed, shaking the paper. "The bank says I owe them $520,000. They say there's a mortgage payment of $4,200 due in 2 days. I didn't look up from my tools. "Oh, that's the commercial loan I took out last year to expand the business. Since you took the house as is via a quitclaim deed, you took the debt, too." $4,000? Brandon gasped. "I only make $3,800 a month." "Then you have a problem, son," I said calmly. Then, his phone buzzed. It was a notification from the car leasing company. "The car," he whispered. "The Lexus, it's a lease?" "Yes," I replied. "And since you transferred the title, you are now responsible for the $800 monthly payment. Or, you can pay the $18,000 penalty to cancel it." Danielle ran into the garage. "We'll just sell the house. We'll sell it for $700,000, pay the bank, and keep the profit." I finally set down my hammer. "You can't sell the house." "Why not?" "I own it." Brandon yelled. "You own the structure," I explained. "But 30 years ago, I put the land into a family land trust. The trust owns the dirt. You own the wood and brick sitting on top of it. You can't sell the house without the land, and the trust, which I control, says no." Key expression, to be in over one's head means to be in a situation that is too difficult to handle. Brandon fell to his knees on the sawdust-covered floor. He realized he was in over his head. He had no money, a massive debt, and a house he couldn't sell. "You trapped me," he sobbed. "No," I said, standing over him. "I gave you exactly what you asked for. You wanted to be the man of the house. You wanted to be independent. This is what independence looks like. It's not just having the keys, it's paying the bills." For a week, the house was silent. Danielle stopped talking. Brandon stopped acting like a king. They realized that by trying to take everything from me, they had lost everything themselves. Finally, Brandon came to me. He didn't call me old man. He didn't demand anything. "Dad. I'm sorry," he whispered. "I was greedy. I was disrespectful. I didn't value what you built. Please. Help us. I looked at him. I saw the 7-year-old boy who once helped me build a birdhouse. He was still in there, hidden under years of pride. I will help you on 3 conditions, I said. The apology, you will invite every friend who came to your housewarming party and tell them the truth, that you were wrong and that you disrespected your father. The work, you and Danielle will work in this workshop with me for 20 hours a week. You will learn how to build, not just how to take. The respect, this house returns to my name. You will live here as my guests, and you will pay rent. Brandon nodded. Yes, sir. It took 3 months. Brandon learned how to sound, how to measure, and how to appreciate the effort it takes to create something. Danielle learned that a home isn't about aesthetic, it's about the people inside it. I eventually moved my family photos back to the living room. Brandon helped me hang them. The biggest lesson wasn't about money or real estate. It was about foundations. A house built on greed will always crumble. A life built on shortcuts will always fail. Final motivational takeaway. In your journey to learn English or reach your goals, remember, don't look for the shortcut. Don't try to take what others have built. Build your own skills, brick by brick. Be a person of your word. Value your elders and the wisdom they provide. Because at the end of the day, you don't own what you haven't earned. Spoken English Review. To build from the